This is a beacon, and we have 2 hours to code an insane weapon. When the time is up, we'll fight, and the last beacon standing wins. So the time starts now. We have 2 hours. Let's go.
Okay, let's go. 2 hours. That's not a lot of time.
It's enough time. We can do it.
Okay.
With the wall firmly in place, the time had officially started, which meant that I needed to think of an idea, and fast. I think my plan is to create some sort of projectile launcher just to begin. So we have to destroy our opponent's beacon. So he has a beacon all the way up there, and we each have to destroy our opponent's beacon. Maybe I kind of build like something of a little base for this launcher, and then I can kind of copy this around as many times as I want so I can get some more kind of firepower behind it. In case you don't know him, my opponent is AvidMC, an extremely well-versed command block YouTuber that's been making a single adventure map for the past 2.5 years. The idea that I have is to basically use a shulker bullet, and the shulker bullet is going to explode on impact, but I have no idea how to do this. So if I summon a shulker bullet, what does this look like? It actually does kind of go places. So I think if I can summon an armor stand, then I can use that armor stand to guide the shulker bullet as it goes along. So let's just begin by doing that. Okay, so this will summon an armor stand right here with the tag of projectile, and then we just need to send this armor stand off into the distance. Okay, so this should give us a very basic projectile here. So if I just turn this command block on, yeah, we have a very basic sort of projectile that moves forward. I don't want to let Avid see it, but I think what we can do is we can add a particle trail and then make this command block invisible, and then it should look a lot nicer. And now if we make the armor stand invisible and we do this, then now we just have a nice little projectile. Okay, so at this point, it would be reasonable to ask, if we're literally using command blocks, why not just destroy the beacon with a single command? Well, we actually have some judges who are going to be very closely monitoring the fight, and these guys are going to vote to ensure that the winning build is sufficiently creative. So in short, deleting his entire island, the beacon included, would not exactly land me very many creativity points. Okay, I'm wasting too much time on this. I was trying to make like a spiral particle, but that's too much effort, because currently I think this is as good as we're gonna get. So now we need to make it so that the particle is going to explode when it hits a block, so I can just test that with some obsidian right in front of the cannon, and I don't want it to explode anything of my block. Oh my god. What is going on? So all I should need to do is say, if there's a block in front of it, then we explode. And I think, and then I do this. Cool. Ignore that. I may have blown a hole in the wall. It's fine. I didn't actually kill the thing, so I gotta also, kill the, yeah. Actually, I'm gonna increase the number of particles. How's that? It kind of works, but they're all sort of in the same spot. Let's increase the distribution a little bit as well. Okay, let's see if this works. There we go. That's a nice particle. I am a huge fan of that. So at this point, we had some pretty decent foundations going for us, but the problem was that the particle, which is the only weapon that I had, literally couldn't target anything, so it would just fly straight over his island. But if I could get this particle to just target his beacon specifically, that would be very deadly. So I went on a mission to infiltrate his island and plant a homing device on his beacon. And as long as he doesn't press tab, he will be none the wiser. So I'm gonna try and not spoil anything for myself. I just need to find where the beacon is, and oh my goodness, I have no idea what's going on here. This is a stealth mission, and then we just got to come right down here, Avid beacon, and that's it. And now we leave, and Avid is none the wiser. Great, so now we have a way to, in theory, target Avid's beacon. Okay, so now with this command, the projectile should just go straight towards Avid's beacon, but the problem is that this wall is nowhere near big enough, and I don't want it to actually go through, so I'm just gonna fill this whole thing to obsidian, because Avid's beacon should be somewhere like right over there, so I just want to make sure that this doesn't actually cause any damage. So if I set this all to obsidian, alright, moment of truth, turn this on and summon a projectile. It's really hard to tell if it's working. It spawns over there, yeah, so that's definitely not going towards Avid's beacon. After fiddling around just a little more, I figured out that the reason for this was that the marker that I just summoned was somehow missing. So I went in for round 2 just to see if I could summon another one that maybe wouldn't disappear this time. But this time, things did not go according to plan. Okay, I'm gonna try one more time and just go in and summon a marker. And I don't, oh my goodness. I didn't see that. Nothing happened. Just gonna be over here. I hope I didn't cause that. I'm gonna feel really bad if I caused that.
Are you there?
Yes, hi, what did you do?
I did a bad thing.
Okay. Okay, so we got Avid's island back, but He currently doesn't have a beacon, so we're just rebuilding that beacon, but for now, I think I'll move on to another defense system, and we can definitely come back to this. I feel like all of my command blocks are going to get destroyed if I leave them there, so I'm also just going to make this really quick command block platform so that they are kind of out of firing range, and we don't lose any levers or something like that through accidental explosions. Okay, so that system isn't working, so I think the next best thing that I can do, and it's probably a little bit more fair now that I come to think of it, is just to rain down projectiles onto Avid's island. Okay, I just had a really cool idea. What if I sent them kind of like straight up, and then they all just, once they got to a certain height, just pelted towards his island. Okay, so with this command here, I can teleport this armor stand to any random location on this glass beam. So now all we have to do is get our weapon to target the armor stand as it goes up, and then it can shoot towards Avid's island at the end. So now we have the armor stand going to random positions. Okay, so in theory this should work. So the projectiles should come up from this point, go up until they reach y equals 100, which is just about here, and they should come down towards Avid's island at a much faster rate. Okay, I think I figured it out. So our projectile is going up towards the armor stand, and then it explodes there. So that's not what we want it to do, but it's definitely a start. But fixing the issue that I had trouble with, where the projectiles would just go up but not come down again, was proving to be a little bit harder than I thought. And before I knew it, we only had 1 hour left, so Avid and I decided to do a check-in. Hello. Hi.
How's it going?
Pretty interesting. How are you doing?
Well, considering I blew up my whole island in the first hour, pretty good.
Okay, right. I feel like I've gotten kind of nothing done, but also kind of not nothing done. So
Yep. I'm about there. I have like defense that I don't know is gonna work, and I have one offensive weapon sort of prototyped.
Yes, I'm in a similar location.
Okay, good. So think we can do it in an hour, the rest of what we need to do?
Yeah, well, we'll do our best. We'll see. I think we can do it.
Okay. All right. I guess I'll see you in a little bit.
All right, good luck.
Thanks.
And I don't know what it was, but something about that check-in made me feel very determined to get this done on time. So I had a burst of motivation and things were looking really good. Okay, so we finally have somewhat of an offensive weapon. So it'll fire up and then down to his island. And I'm hoping that this will hit, and if it doesn't, I guess we can modify some numbers in the fight. But this should be fine. Let's duplicate this and make a bunch more. So this should summon 5 more. There we go. Oh my gosh, that looks so deadly. Ooh, that's so good. Okay, this is a weapon. And then I think I want to enable an auto fire mode. Okay, so this might be a bit too much, but oh my god. Jeez, dude. That's so intense. Oh. I really hope that actually hits his island, because it would be hilarious if those all just went straight over. But okay, we have an offensive weapon, and we still have 45 minutes left to do some defenses. But this point in the competition is where things started not to go in my favor. You see, for the next 30 to 40 minutes, I tried to make a defense, something to prevent Avid from just using his weapon flawlessly to destroy my beacon on the first try. I tried a bunch of different things, from Tesla coils that zapped armor stands out of the air with electricity, to shields, to walls, to just straight up force fields, but nothing seemed to be working in a way that I could accomplish within the time span. And eventually, I came up with this idea to make some acid thing around the beacon that would just melt armor stands as they came in. But by this point, I was running very low on time. We are at less than 20 minutes left. The timer has turned orange. I can just do one marker at my beacon, and then I can do everything in a radius of that. So my current idea is to make an acid cloud on any armor stand that comes in. Okay, so that goes away, and then we summon an armor stand. Cool. Okay, and then like over here it shouldn't do anything. Nice. And in a random panic, in the last like 2 minutes that I had left, I just made a chicken cannon. Yeah, this doesn't do anything. They don't explode, they don't lay explosive eggs or anything. It just shoots chickens. I don't know either.
So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I was sweating that whole time. I had a plan, but I was nervous.
Yeah.
Well, are you ready to do this thing?
I think I'm ready.
Okay. Whoever wins, congratulations to that person. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see what you have going on.
Okay, I'll give a countdown.
All right, sounds good.
3, 2.
Oh gosh.
1. Activate.
Okay, yeah, they're not making any contact. Iron Dome is holding up. There go my golems. And
How did they all miss?
the orbital launch. Here we go, everybody.
Oh god.
It's time. To the sky, my children. To the sky. Is it not? Is it?
I think Avid
Oh
wins.
yes. Yes. It's
I
gone.
think that's a win for
Oh
Ab.
my god.
Yes.
Yo.
I totally missed that on my screen.